Namaskar. We would like to welcome you all on behalf of Independent Research Ethics Society, AYUSH Samriddhi International Webinar Series at milestone of 2856. Thank you for your overwhelming support, due to which our journey is able to reach this milestone. Thank you. Thank you very much. Energy is really the need of every step in the life. So it is better to conserve energy for next gen also. We must not consume every energy, and we should open new avenues for alternative energy also. So today's topic is energy conserve for next gen, or as Sekatji told me, judicially use this energy to save it, to conserve it for next gen. So I would like to welcome Dr. Suparna Sanyal Mukherjee Madam from Bolpur, Dr. Sakat Kumar Basuji from West Bengal and Canada. Without wasting much time, we would like to request Dr. Sakat Basuji for his expert comment on the topic. Dr. Sakat Basuji. Am I audible to you, Sakat ji? Dr. Sakat Basu, energy conservation is the really need of the hour and need of the age. So I would like to request again Dr. Sakat Kumar Basuji. Dr. Sakat Basuji, this is live program, Dr. Sakat, so cap is not advisable. Please, if you are listening my words, please open. Please join Sakat ji. I am inviting you for your lecture. Suparna ji will tell after you, no problem. But this is live. I have started the live. Shit.
हाँ शर्मा जी आ गए हैं।
आप मतलब गैप अच्छा नहीं लगता ना शुरुआत में, इसलिए आप
हाँ।
बोल दिया कीजिए, सुपर्णा जी बाद में आ जाएंगे।
नहीं नहीं
ठीक।
उसके लिए नहीं, मेरे ऑफिस का एक फोन आ गया था।
तो
अब
वो
बिना रिसीव
स्टार्टिंग में
किए
गैप
फिर नहीं
अच्छा नहीं
छोड़
लगता
सकते।
ना, मैं
हाँ।
बार बार बुला रहा हूँ, आप इसीलिए बोल रहा हूँ।
हाँ,
जी, वेलकम।
इमरजेंसी पड़ गया।
वेलकम वेलकम।
हाँ, वेलकम। थैंक यू सो मच। Thank you very much, Professor Sharma, for inviting me for the World Energy Day. Once again, it is a pleasure to be a part of your platform. Um, World Energy Day today is significantly important because we are an energy hungry world, and particularly in a country with such a significant, huge population, it is important to suggest that the world population is increasing significantly, and we are all energy drunk in the sense that none of our industry, agriculture, anything could move forward with respect to the energy related challenges that we face. For countries that do not produce their own oil or gasoline, or do not have the entire resources to run the country, and you have to depend on other countries for buying the energy resources, it is a significant challenges. As we could see right now, there is wars and other things that is happening across the world, and India is going through significant challenges in procuring various kinds of oil resources from different countries. This makes it very very significant that we have to become energy dependent on ourselves so that we do not have to depend on other countries. And how you could become energy dependent is to look for alternative energy resources. Now, having said that, alternative energy resources is not always very cheap option, as it is being projected everywhere that you have an energy related crisis and you can shift into alternative energy resources part, in that particular sense that they can always drive and result in the production of energy at this particular point of time. However, it is important to highlight in this particular extent that alternative energy resources is definitely important, but the rest is transforming and changing one set of energy system and replacing it with other energy system is not very easy. Not very easy in the sense that the cost of transition from conventional to non-conventional energy resources is not very easy. Nuclear energy has become a cornerstone of alternative energy supply across Europe, and in many Western countries. India has been establishing energy resources, working out towards establishing or installing the nuclear capabilities. But I personally have this concern in that one of the greatest challenge that India faces down the line is the lack of maintenance. We have challenges in the maintenance of our hydroelectric dams that you could see the dredging is not properly done. Water accumulates hugely and massively at this particular point of time. Nothing is being taken seriously so that the dredging is done during the proper time so that the capacity of dam does not increase or become very much compromised during the rainy season. At the same time, the solar panel system that we talk about so much that we are installing, they also need cleaning and maintenance. In most cases where you see the huge solar panels are placed, if there are dust collecting on the surface, if there is a huge accumulation of waste material generating on the solar panels, then they will not be able to produce energy efficiently. So the maintenance is a very important part. Together with what we have is the tidal, the geothermal, tidal, as well as the wind energy mills, which has been tried out in India, but not to an extensive manner. But these needs to be taken care of in that particular sense that all of these energy systems need maintenance, unless very dedicated group just like our electrical grid energy or our conventional energy, we maintain these systems. Unless we are maintaining them, as we could see the poor maintenance of the dams, particularly with respect to the hydroelectricity generation, it is a challenge that we need to work together. Furthermore, as I said, the system transition is not very easy. It is extremely expensive to transform from oil to other non-conventional energy resources to find adequate location of places where these alternative energy systems could be established. At the same time, our population is increasing, our need for car, public transport is growing, whether we are working towards nuclear energy, electrical energy, or our hydrogen fuel energy and things like that. It to replace the carbon based fuel completely or particularly our non-renewable energy resources is not that easy. It's a long challenge that we all have to go through and find sustainable way to replace and organize them. Thus, it is very important for us to look for these alternative energy resources at a time when we are energy plus and look for weighing opportunities for establishing nuclear energy stations, tidal energy power stations, geothermal energies, and stuff. And for this, our country is geographically diverse, and we need to continuously look. The Geological Survey of India needs to continuously do survey for looking for various new basins for oil and other natural resources, as well as finding suitable places where we can set up our energy resources for the tidal geothermal. For example, geothermal energy is available particularly in the Himalayan zone and the belts. And for that, you need to work out in that particular manner to figure out and find out how this energy installation and which states and stuff this could be placed. And if we are energy surplus, we could supply energy and earn money through our grid programs to our adjoining the SAARC countries, and maybe we can extend even to the ASEAN countries, stretching back into across Bangladesh into Myanmar, at least to Thailand, Cambodia, Vietnam, to Sri Lanka, to help us in establishing our energy installation process and increase revenue generation for the government. But for this, we need extensive planning, working out, and organize things in a proper way so that we are able to generate substantial energy resources so that we can not only start supplying it to the states which are coming up with new industry and agricultural sectors, but also provide it to the adjoining countries to become energy plus. Energy is an important sector where there is a huge profit generation margin. There are now private initiatives or private investments coming up from the country. I would rather suggest that we will also look for private installation and investments from foreign countries in the energy sector if that is possible. Of course, it is not very safe to have countries like China invest in our energy sectors and stuff so that they cannot control. They may take charge in controlling our economic system and put us into significant challenges. But at the same time, we do need to look, and particularly cooperation with countries such as Canada, European Union, Australia, for supply of enriched uranium or for supply of raw uranium that can be enriched in India needs to be worked out extensively so that our country becomes self energy dependent, so that we do not need to depend upon other countries. At this point of time, I do not think India or other countries, including United States, has the ability to completely shift towards alternative energy resources. We may have this dream, but it's technically and practically not very easily available at this particular point of time so that we can do that. However, it is important that we work towards that dream and help and start building our capacity. It is time that India looks into the energy sector more intensively and work towards building up our solar energy systems, thermal power, tidal power, as well as geothermal and wind energy based energy supply across the country in various parts. Try and dissipate the energy establishment system across the different states so that we are not piling up resources in one particular state depending on what natural resources, terrain, geographical and geological conditions we have. I think the Geological Survey of India could serve as an efficient tool for the government of India in surveying the country for looking for such sites, as well as help for looking potential resources. We need to look into the Sundarban Delta, particularly along the Bay of Bengal, to look for new areas of trapped gases that we may look into. We need to look into the coastal areas as well as deep inner valleys of the central states where much such supply and searches has not been done properly, to make sure that we have adequate surveying done to look into build up resources that we could use down the line. So with all this, it is very, very important that the energy sector is building up, and there is huge potentiality for the country. There is huge rate of consumption in the entire country. The number of vehicles, public transportation has been increasing, and it is to our best interest that looking into the global scenario and the geopolitics right now, India has to tie up with suitable countries such as like Russia and other countries and distribute our oil collection system from across the country. So at this point of time, I believe that India will need both renewable and non-renewable energy resources to run side by side, and slowly we may look after in building our capacity in changing the renewable to non-renewable energy resources into our renewable energy systems down the line. That if the path is very challenging, it is important to understand that it needs millions of dollars worth of investment. It needs innovation and research, as well as proper surveillance, monitoring, and management of the existing system. It is I am personally quite unhappy in which our energy stations are maintained right now. The dams and things, particularly in an energy starved country, how could the government and the state governments not take active steps in dredging and keeping the dams clean for the hydroelectric power generation, as well as for holding excess water? And day after day we are wasting out on our dams because they have a life of their own and they have an expiry date, and without proper maintenance, it is a burden on the system, as because they are not producing enough energy, as well as they're not capable of holding enough water during our water surplus seasons of the monsoon. So management, not only establishing policies, looking for funding and investment in the energy sector is important. It is also very, very important that we look into the factors that helps in maintaining the systems that we already have, so that we are not losing out on energy production for an energy starved country. China has been working extensively building giant dams across Brahmaputra and other areas, which I think can have serious long-term impact on the weather, climate, as well as Indian agriculture and livelihoods down the line. India needs to be very deeply concerned and work up strategies so that they can work towards establishing better infrastructure down the line line so that we do not have this energy dependency on the other countries. It is one of the factor. It is one of the important sector that the government needs to work extensively to make the country energy dependent. We have achieved a lot in the last 20 years, but in the next 10 to 15 years, energy sector has to be one of the most important priority for the government of India. And globally too, particularly for low income countries or underdeveloped countries or developing nations, energy starvation is one of the biggest challenges that they are going to face with their increasing population, increasing establishment of factories, expansion of industries and agriculture. Without energy, it is impossible for us to transform into a modern developed nation. We talk about Viksit Bharat, where we are thinking about transforming India in 2047 into a modern nation state as a developed country. And energy has to be one of the very, very important factor in that, in which we are capable, which we have to make us capable in becoming energy self-sufficient and dependent. And we should be delegating and distributing our collection sources from across the country. We should not be dependent on one Russia. We should be collecting oil from Middle East, from Indonesia, from other countries, wherever we could cut down on the Iran, and wherever we could cut down on the cost of transportation, because the huge transportation cost increases the cost of oil processing, particularly in these. Right now, we are getting cheap oil from Russia, which India is processing in the country. From crude oil, they are making it viable oil and selling, and it is helping us to generate revenue. But these things need to be even intricated, conducted in a more comprehensive manner to make an energy sufficient country in the next 20 years. Thank you, Dr. Sharma, for providing me this opportunity. It has been a pleasure, and I wish my best wishes on the World Energy Day to everyone. I'm going to give Madam a call immediately.
I would like to share my thoughts, Dr. Shakat, on energy. Energy can neither be created nor it can be destroyed, as we all know. It only can be converted from one to another. So we are in this, everybody knows, in room heater, electrical energy is converted to thermal energy. Turbine converts mechanical energy stored in steam or water to electrical energy. These are the transformation of energy, but energy cannot be destroyed like our soul. Our soul is also one energy and which cannot be destroyed. It can be transformed, it can be transferred to one to other. More broadly, energy can be broadly divided into two, renewable and non-renewable. If we talk about renewable, Panch Mahabhut is the best way to understand solar, wind, geothermal, hydro, biomass, and tidal. These six are energy, alternate energy, or we can say renewable energy. Solar energy, definitely, as we all are knowing, photovoltaic cells, solar cooker, solar heater, solar cells, everything is it does not produce carbon dioxide. So minimum impact on the atmosphere. Disadvantage, it is not constant on the weather. It is depending on wind energy. Wind energy, we all know wind turbines are there. It is already established in sea coast or where the wind speed is more. Wind turbines do not release emissions that pollute air, but that installation cost is very high. And the geothermal energy is heat from within the earth. We can recover this heat as steam or hot water. Hot water springs are there, gases are there, steams are there. Hot, hot springs, fumaroles, smoke, geysers, etc. So carbon dioxide emission is very limited. They release less than 1% of carbon dioxide. But installation cost is still very high. Hydro energy, as we all know, dams, tidal barrages, OTEC system, ocean thermal energy conservation. Disadvantage is one only, natural environment is destroyed. Biomass energy, we know, wood, crop, garbage, landfill gas, alcohol fuels. So methanol, ethanol, biodiesel, everything is dependent on this. And disadvantage, release high amount of sulfurous gases. It does not release carbon, carbon dioxide, but it releases sulfurous gases. Tidal energy. It is due to movement of the waves of the ocean waves. So it does not produce any greenhouse gas and life is very long. Efficiency is around 80%. It does not require any kind of fuel to run, but cost of establishment is still very high. So non-renewable energy can't be generated again and again from the same source. We were discussing about renewal. Example, petroleum product, coal, uranium. Coal is the best. Number one, coal is combustible black and brownish black sedimentary rock composed mostly of carbon and hydrocarbons. For millions of years, a layer of dead plants at the bottom of the swamps was covered by a layer of water and dirt, trapping the energy of the dead plants. So the heat and pressure from the top layer helped the plant remain turned into the coal. Disadvantage is most great. 57% of carbon dioxide emission is from the coal combustion. Then uranium. Nuclear energy is the energy in the nucleus of uranium 235 atom. Atoms are tiny particles, we know all. So I'm not repeating it. It can be released from atom in two ways, nuclear fusion and nuclear fission. Advantage, 1 kg uranium 235 corresponds to 2.7 million kg coal. Can you understand? Can you believe this? 1 kg of uranium can produce that energy which is being produced by 2.7 million kg of coal. But radioactive substances are dangerous, so disadvantage is that. So difference between renewable and non-renewable, we all know. Renewable, maximum 3-4% carbon emission. Non-renewable, 91 to 94% of carbon emission. Renewable is not the reason behind global warming, but the main reason behind global warming is non-renewable source. So energy conservation. We have limited fuel, as we all know. In India, government has passed Energy Conservation Bill 2001 for better utilization of energy and conservation of the same. By this act, energy audit made necessary. Bureau of Energy Efficiency, BES. This body keeps watch on energy consumption pattern, develops from norm from appliances. Star rating. Oof, horrible. खांसी अचानक कहां से आ गई? BEE, Bureau of Energy Efficiency, has also initiated star rating system, geysers, refrigerators, etc., etc. 70% of India's energy generation capacity from fossil fuel, with coal accounting for 40%, crude oil 24%, and natural gas 6% respectively. By 2030, India's dependence on energy imports is expected to exceed 53% of the country's coal total energy consumption. In India, 31% of the country's total imports are oil imports. What can we do? Always switch off light and fans while going out of the room. Please switch off. If you are in hotel also, we should not open fridge frequently. Don't open fridge frequently. While going to purchase new products, geyser, television, etc., insist for rating from 4 to 5. increase everyone's understanding of benefit of energy efficiency. What can we do? Recycle. Recycle waste material, replace old light bulbs with energy saving. Recycling is an excellent way of saving energy and conserving the environment. Do you know one recycled tin would save enough energy to power a television for 3 hours? Just see. One recycled glass bottle would save enough energy to power a computer for 25 minutes. One recycled plastic bottle should save enough energy to power a 60-watt light bulb for 3 hours. Just only one recycled plastic bottle. 70% less energy is required to recycle paper compared with making it from raw material. So recycle, reuse, first reduce the energy consumption, recycle and reuse. 3R, reduce consumption, reuse manufactured product, recycle raw material. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now I would like to invite Dr. Suparna Sanyal Mukherjee for her blessings. Suparna ji, welcome.
Very good evening to the all dignitaries over here. Sharma ji is suffering from cough and cold. Please take care. So this is very dangerous
अभी
for.
हमारे अभी हमारे शुक्ला जी ने बढ़िया सी मिर्ची तली बाजू वाली किचन में, तो वो मिर्ची पूरी गले में घुस गई। तो वो ऐसे मैं समझ ही नहीं पाया कि ये खांसी कहाँ से शुरू हो गई।
अच्छा अच्छा तब तो ठीक है ओके So today's topic is very interesting, and really we have to nurture about this energy conservation and how we can conserve the energy for our restoration of life and for our development of life. How we can develop and how we can restore, because in the concept of the energy there is five energy. So this way energy never been stopped. This energy are always been transformative from the one energy to another energy. So conservation, energy conservation day is always celebrating in India, especially on the 14th of December every year. Why this? This is the celebration is also depending upon to raise mass awareness about the critical need for the energy efficiency, which are responsible for uses and reducing wastage of combat climate change, conserve, especially the natural resources and build a sustainable future. So this point, this energy conservation is highlighting the national achievement in this area, especially they encourage everyone to protect the energy and individuals, industries, those who are using energies and those who are misutilizing the energy products, and this highlighting the national achievement, especially on to adopt the organization who are adopting the energy saving practices using various energy like solar energy, wind energy, electric energy, renewable energy, minimizing the consumption and environmental protection for the economic benefits. So this reasons, the especially the key reasons for this celebration every year, the drastic climate change, which is also happening every time, every moment, and this drastic change is mitigating, reducing the energy used, especially the decreases the resilience of on fossil fuels like cutting greenhouse gas emissions and this reducing denudation of forests. These all are also deteriorating the energy. And resource preservation like the promotes judicious use of limited natural energy resources for the future generations, the energy security, and there should be energy bank that which foster the independence by this reducing overall energy demand. So we need energy every time. So energy is the main factor, because these five energies are very important part of our life, and these five energies are always giving us the more activity orientation, because without electric we cannot live, without magnetism we cannot stand by our 2 feet. So this energy should be promote the efficiency, the to showcases the technological achievement, and the encourages which switching the LED lighting, like if efficient appliances like yeah, EVs, like that. So the when we are using to consumption of energy to introducing the LED lighting, that is also a consumption of energy. And national commitment for the highlights India's efforts and achievements in energy conservation through the initiative by the Bureau of Energy Efficiency. BEE, it is very important. And this celebration is also giving us the more awareness campaign, organize a different type of energy, which energy is very important for us, why we have to restore it. The restoration of energy is also very important for this energy conservation day. And the first National Energy Conservation Day was started in India on 14th December 1991. The Bureau of Energy Efficiency under the Ministry of Power, they have started the Energy Conservation Day, and every time, every year, they are celebrating, and they are awareness the people. They have make the awareness among the people, those who are not aware about it, and they should follow it, and they should give the protect the energy, restore the energy for the development of life, and for the better opportunities and better sustainability of the resources. And this is the main slogans in Hindi and English also. We have to follow it up. Urja banao, Prithvi Bachao. So, save energy, save earth. This is the slogan which has been emphasized upon. That means the if we can restore our energy, if we can save our energy, and this energy can give us the sustainability, because without oxygen we cannot live. And not only the oxygen, the balance of oxygen, if it is increase we cannot live, it is decrease we cannot live. So saving energy is crucial for our planet, because involving simple acts like switching off lights, using natural light, unplugging electrons, then the optimum option of LED. And moreover, the uses of AC, if we have to reduce the using of AC, because how much we are keeping cool in our room, offices, malls, then the car, wherever you used to go, we are using air conditioner. But it is very dangerous for the energy consumption, just because of when we are reducing the keeping cooling of our each and every aspects, but it is getting hot in the environment, and this environment is don't have any sustainability, especially the hot time, summer time. They are using air condition, but when the summer time the environment is getting hot, and this the aces gases is also making the environment more hot. So that's why the this especially the AC, reducing the AC using, instead of, if you can keep the cooling plants, that will be the better for the environment and our room temperature. It can reduce the room temperature, the temperature surroundings. So the energy also differentiate, and what we are every day, every human being, when we are living, that means we are also carrying energy, that is the heat energy. And when people are alive, that means they are also in the heat energy. And when they used to die, there is the heat energy used not be sustained, but this energy used to be transformed, because our body used to become a cool. So in that case, we can say that the Ayush, the very good initiative for the Ayush to consumption of the energy, the way we have to restore the Ayush, that means the medicinal plants, then the energy which where the plants kingdom is growing. Because if we can keep the our environment cool and environment in proper fashion and manner, then all the plants, especially the medicinal plant, could have been developed, and they can use, and we can use the various types of medicines, which is very important for us, and which is giving us the sustainability. That's why the energy consumption in Ayush is also very important. So I'm very much thankful to the Ayush Samriddhi platform who has given me such an opportunity, and I really thankful for the Sharma ji for giving me such an opportunity. Thank you very much. Thanks for the giving me such an opportunity.
Thank you
Thank you.
very much, madam. Thank you very much.
सर
बहुत अच्छा लगा आप लोगों ने जो वक्तव्य दिए। मैं आशा
शेखर
करता
जी है
हूँ।
क्या?
जी मैडम।
शेखर जी प्रेजेंट है क्या?
है ना।
तो
शेखर जी नमस्कार।
हाँ हाँ, प्रेजेंट टू। हाँ, आई एम
अच्छा,
हियर।
जो बात करना है थोड़ा सा शर्मा जी के साथ
शर्मा जी, वो थोड़ा लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग बंद कर दीजिए। हाँ,
वो हम लोग कभी भी फोन पे बात कर सकते हैं डॉक्टर शेखर, दिन में।
ठीक है।
ठीक है ना।
ठीक है।
दिन में बात कर सकते हैं।
ठीक है। आपका अवेलेबल बेस्ट टाइम कब है?
अरे आप जब करोगे, कभी मैंने ना किया है फोन को।
अरे ठीक है।
थैंक यू थैंक यू।
ओके, थैंक यू।
मिर्ची की तड़का आज आपको झटका दे के गया। मिर्ची।
ये हमारे अनिल शुक्ला जी हैं, देखो। ये आए मुंबई
नमस्ते
से अभी।
नमस्ते शुक्ला जी,
आते ही
नमस्ते।
इनने छौंक लगाया।
अरे वाह
आते
वाह
ही
वाह
इनने
वाह।
छौंक लगाया। बोलो मिर्ची का। वो सीधा मुंह में घुस
अच्छा।
गया।
नहीं, ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं।
तो कल बैठते, 11 तारीख को अपनी मीटिंग है ना वहाँ।
हमारा टेंटेटिव डे तो 10 या 11 रखे हैं हम लोग जनवरी को, लेकिन उसके पहले थोड़ा आपसे डिस्कस कर लेंगे, तो कल फोन कर लेंगे, कोई बात नहीं।
हाँ
शाम
हाँ
को
नहीं।
6 o'clock तक कर लेंगे, ठीक है।